like a nigga is cable. I be on no label, but my clothes be all label.
I use the power of my mind just like I'm Tetsuo to turn this Lexus Dan into a Lexus truck. I was swerving through the lane like Akira in the Acura. Shit, I'd rather hit the road than home, bagging up or masking up, loading them talents. I chose my talent, chose working on my craft and shit to get me up on Jimmy Fallon. I'm not your average, you just might just want to photograph it.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of a No Label Convo. Here, my boy Nell.
Yo.
Shouts out to everybody subscribing on YouTube as normal, liking, sharing, following on Instagram, following on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at No Label the Pod, Instagram at No Label the Pod. And now we'll go ahead and get into the sponsor.
Hell yeah, we got our sponsors. We got cryptocurrency for the culture. We got Guap Coin. You know what I'm saying? Get with it. It's going to start being on some more exchanges. You're going to see it. You're going to hear his name. So definitely grab it. You see all this NFT metaverse talk. So get ahead of the curve. Get ahead of the curve.
Gotta learn as much as possible.
Facts. So today we sitting down with a guest. I've been seeing him around the scene for a long time. We never had sat down and had a conversation. We was able to catch up over at Tapestry High School. We was speaking to the kids, and we was having a dope conversation. He's like, "Yo, I need to get on the podcast too." By the way, I was like, "Hell yeah!" I've been seeing him for too long. Like, I know he's definitely a curator of a lot of the stuff that's going on here and a good tastemaker. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
What's good, about?
Man, can't complain. It's nice to be in the building.
Word.
Appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Yeah.
Facts.
Appreciate you guys for what y'all doing too.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, so let's start. Like, are you originally from Buffalo?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the name? What like you said you went to like Lafayette, right?
I went to Lafayette High School.
Word. And we was having a short little convo before here. You was talking about how like different sections, like different schools and shit, depending on like it influenced the fashion of it's like different spots and shit. Was it like a big fashion scene at Lafayette type shit?
Not really. It was kids in school that had that. It was like where you came from. You could tell from your aesthetic and how you dress. Like most of the kids that went to Lafayette came from the East, so they had that streetwear dressing type style, like baggy Rockaway jeans, like whatever that was in style at that time, like the field boots and stuff. So for the kids that grew up in the West, was just chilling on Elmo. You could just tell it was skater kids. Like I don't know if you ever met Thomas Swagger. He's a producer and shit. Like that's one of the kids I gravitated to in Lafayette because he was like a skater and he just dressed different from everybody in school. So for me, I'm from West Africa originally. I forgot to say that. So I'm from Liberia. So when I first moved here, it's like I'm still trying to figure out things because we was dressing over in Liberia as like people that come from Europe, the British kids, like the skinnies and the.
How old were you when you moved here?
I moved here when I was 15.
Oh,
So like Adidas, like stuff like that. So Tom is like Swagger was one of the people that just stand out for me and shit.
So was fashion and dress like big, like impacted you a lot when coming from the motherland type shit?
Yeah, because I was like, cause back home my crib was closer to the beach, so I get to see all the Europeans and stuff, or niggas that come from overseas. So I was always been fascinated by it. And shit, like how you could tell from the person from how they dress. If they're from America, you could tell niggas got on Timbs and shorts with the towel over their head. If they're from Europe, they don't really care, sandals, and they're just chilling.
Word.
So it's like a two different words.
That's facts. Yeah, I always thought that was one cool thing about fashion. It's almost like a little weird form of communication type.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's like you could say a lot without saying nothing.
Because you can just relate to a person by what they got on, like how they wearing it.
Yeah.
You just like it's a certain level of appreciation to where you just like naturally, you get what I'm trying to say.
And it's just from that aura too, because it's like, it don't matter the clothes. You make the clothes. Because it's like it's mad dudes. Women you can see have the same thing, but it's just somebody with that, and it just stand out way more than the next person because it's like it's how they curate it, their aura. They could walk in the room, they don't have to speak, and then some niggas that walk in the room, they just lie with it, but it still don't resonate the same.
That's a fact.
It's a big fact.
Yeah, it reminded me of, you seen the movie Dope?
Yeah.
We hit the movie Dope where he got
That's
the
when I
fake
first
bag.
learned about Bitcoin.
For real, that's when I first learned about it too. I thought it was fake. I thought Bitcoin and shit was fake.
Yeah, bro. I thought that shit was just for the black market.
Yeah.
I know. I always thought that too because it's like, you know, the scammers, they always used to use that to like get stuff online and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the scene in Dope, you was...
Oh, where he basically has a bag. He has a real. It was a Prada bag or something.
I think it was some Prada bag. Or
Yeah, he had like a real Prada bag and a fake
fake
Prada
one.
bag. One of them had like a whole bunch of money in it. Then the other one was like damn near empty, but it had like clothes or something to make it look like it had something in it. He was like, it's not about whether it's fake or not. It's about how you walk with it, type shit.
Yeah, it was the scene when he was downstairs in the basement with Cap G. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, just saying that, we're not saying that so y'all can wear fake though. We just saying the
Yeah, we just says like, I mean, man, make the clothes.
yeah, you make the clothes. The clothes don't make it.
Facts. So I'm trying to. It's mad ways we could go with it. I'll keep it going with this. Like, so the man makes the clothes. When it comes to like designer, do you think like, and coming from like seeing how influential it is in the culture today, how do you feel about it in its place like in hip hop and how it became more of a thing?
To be honest, like it's good and bad because with American culture, y'all have an addicted habit, like just off the screen because everything is just put out there so niggas can consume it.
Yeah, more and more.
So with hip hop, people make it seem like if you don't have those things, you can't live outside those things. So it's like they just push it on you, like, oh, you gotta have this, and you really don't need it. Because you if you watch these videos, there's guys in the videos with everything and it still look terrible.
Yeah.
You can thrift shop, you can buy stuff on sales, and people make it seem like it's bad to get certain things. Whatever fits you. I always tell people whatever you like. But if you say you're about this fashion shit, you got to be about it. You just can't be half-assing like and shit. Like, but I get when people that I get for people that's not into it, they be looking at it like, dang, these people, that's all they care about. And we all have things that we love.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Facts.
So it's like you can like to just watch movie. You know about all the movie. You collect every piece of movie that you ever like. It's the same way with clothes. If you like clothes, you go after stuff that you like and you collect it. So I just feel like it's good and bad because sometimes when people are too much into stuff, they get to talk down on people like, yo.
Yeah.
You know? But for me, I really don't care. I like what I like. So it's like, I'm not about to talk shit to you about what you have on and shit, but if you speaking on it like you about that life, then I'm gonna check you.
Word.
Like I'm gonna check you in the sense like don't talk like that when you're not living that.
Yeah.
And that's all it's about.
Yeah, a lot of people I know who I really like about the fashion line, like they very humble. And it was like, but then it's like, but when people like get to talking on that shit, they be quick to like, be able to check you at every point, like type shit.
Cause like I keep saying, everybody love what they love. I seen people that talk to me about stuff that they into, and I be fascinated because I learn. Like I'm like, damn, this nigga is ill with this. It's niggas that literally just follow podcasts and shit. They know about all the podcasts. Like they'll tell you topic that, oh, them niggas was talking about Bitcoin today. That shit. Or my friends would be sending me stuff in my DM. Like I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That just I probably need that for the day. Like my man Yappa, he always just sending me like motivation shit because he follow all that. That's his fucking, that shit keep him going.
Yeah,
so every morning I would get one of them shits from him. I'm like, damn, thank you, bro. I needed this for today. Or Esco would just send me some shit on fashion in my DMs. And I'm like, damn. Like I think yesterday he sent me Wolves Brown. She had an interview with some British cat, and I'm like, damn, I needed this shit. I didn't even know I needed it. I just went through it because I'm about to work on the collection. So I was like, all right, thank you, bro. I appreciate this.
Word. That's hard. Esco was like, I met him maybe when I was like, I had to be like maybe 12, 13. But like fast forward, we went out to Cleveland. We all went out to Cleveland to see like Kendrick Lamar, like 2012, 13.
That's L.
Yeah, and he had on some like $900 pants. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I ain't never heard nobody paying. So I had to put some $900 pants. The shit was hard. But it was just like, how did you and Esco meet? You said y'all met in high school, right?
Yeah, we actually met in high school. Me and Esco, funny thing, in high school, we really didn't talk like that. We really didn't talk like that. We was cool, but at the end, he figured I was African and stuff, and
Cause he's West African too, right?
His dad's from West Africa. Esco was
Okay.
born here.
Oh, okay,
Esco,
word.
like I think his mom is black and his dad's West African.
Word.
Definitely, but he was one of the cool kids in school. So for me coming from Africa, they definitely saw my shit go up and stuff. So it's like from a freshman, like developing my
Saw the
style,
glow
like
up.
because how I developed my style was thrifting. Like I'm at Catholic charity, somebody brings some donation and shit, and I pick through it and shit, pick stuff that I like, and personally just put it together. And at the end of my senior year, I was like, I figured my shit out.
That's
And
right.
I was just like, I met Esco after high school, we clicked, and that's how it been since then.
Word.
So did you know in high school that you would want to eventually like start your own brand?
Yeah, I was like, other kids always like things, I always like fashion. Like I played soccer in high school, but I really didn't, like it was just for my dad and shit. Like played soccer and ran track just to make him happy and shit. But I always, I come home, you can ask Denzel, I don't know if you know Denzel Williams, he do films.
Oh,
Yeah,
DZ.
yeah, I remember.
DZ. I met all those guys through fashion, so it's like that's really was my thing after high school. It was just like that was it. Like I just full on
That's hard.
got into that.
Word. I'm trying to think.
So like when it came to the beginning stages of you like starting your brand, how did you like did you research how to start a clothing brand, like building a website, all that other stuff? Like what was really the starting point for you?
Yeah, I did do all that because then again, for me it was just like Buffalo didn't have that. I was the first dude in Buffalo to start a clothing line. Like I don't know about the white community, but in the black community, I was the first nigga to do that. And Buffalo really didn't have that, so I was just like, damn. I'm always like looking for shit because I found out about curb mark when it was on Earlmoon. Like it's a professor that teach up upstate now. I don't know her name. The white lady. She be doing all the fashion shows. Start with an E. I'm sorry if I don't know your name, but I walk into curb mark and she was in there like she was working in there at that time and shit. So then it's a store down the block on Elmwood. She worked at that store too. So I was looking for these supers and shit, like the shit that Lil Wayne used to wear. And then she was like, yo, you could get them shits at Fat Man. It's a store on Sheridan. So I always was looking for shit. I was just always looking for shit and new shit because I always just like to be ahead of the curve or just want to be in my own word. So I was just always looking for shit. So I was like, you know what? I can make some clothes, man. Fuck this. I can make my own shit and wear it.
Right.
So I was just looking for a name, and I met my mans in high school. His name was Antiques. He do graffiti. So he used to tag himself Soap. So I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, Fresh Dogs. Like, I'm fresh. And as a male, everybody think you a dog. But how can we portray it in a positive light? So I designed the clothes to just get my narrative out to people. Like, yo, how I want us to be looked at as men. And that's how it started.
That's how.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do remember that line.
Yeah.
And you had the Good Pussy Inspired Me shirt.
Definitely.
That was it. Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
That shit was hard.
I remember that shit started going
I wanted
crazy.
one of them joints.
I remember that joint was going crazy in the town. I see everybody was having them.
Yeah,
wearing them
definitely,
joints.
definitely. That was like when we first did that. I did that. And the guys that we was working at that time didn't think it was gonna work, and they just think it was too crazy. And I'm like, let's just give it a try, man. And it become the best seller. Yeah.
That's what it take that risk. The risk pay off.
Yeah.
Risk pay off.
So then eventually, when did the Good Taste brand start? Did it start at the same time around like Fresh
Good
Dogs?
Taste is a new brand. Good Taste didn't even see the surface yet. We just started, man. It's fresh. I think it's only been around for 2 years now. Good Taste is very fresh, but it's like my soul is already shopping. So I'm just going in like everything that I wanted to learn. I'm still learning too. So you can't stop learning.
Yeah,
But
you
I'm
learn
just
every day.
so it's like Good Taste just started. Like it haven't been around for that long. It's been 2 years, and I already shop in my soul. So I'm good at what I'm doing now. I'm still learning, but I'm good. Like I know how to curate things. I know when to drop things, and I just have the best team when it comes down to Good Taste. The best team from design to business wise. I have the best team.
Alright.
So in between the start of Fresh Dogs and Good Taste, what were some things that you did to like sharpen your sword? Like were you hitting like fashion weeks? Were you hitting like Complex Con and stuff like that?
To be honest, you really don't learn nothing from Fashion Weeks. I'm gonna be honest, or Complex Con. It's just like you get to network. my whole research was like online. Like me and Esco watch fashion videos for 6 hours. Like niggas just see the work outside of that, but what we do behind closed door, or we go to the thrift store to look for references and stuff, or just like everyday lifestyle, like from how people dress. Because I can walk down the street and see a guy wearing stuff in certain ways, and I'm like, maybe if he tweak it this way, it would look better, or he could wear that color and let the shoes breathe a little bit. So that's what shopping my soul, just my everyday lifestyle.
Word.
Yeah.
Respect, bro. So with the scene and stuff elevating here, like just over time, I remember it really hit a shift when I seen Esco in Paris for Paris Fashion Week. I remember like, yo, this shit is really crazy. It was out there, him, West, Virgil.
Yeah, R.P. Virgil, man.
Yeah, Pop Smoke and all that. How did that feel to you to see your man like?
Man, first of all, I know the whole thing before he got there. Like Esco is like my man's man. Like so, it's like we move each other. Like in the sense of like, if he down, he would hit me. If I'm down, he would hit me. It's like we just kept each other going. Like he was like, yo, you gotta come with me. I'm like, nah, I can't make it. And he just post some one day shit like, and it just felt good. It felt good to see your friends like living out their dreams and stuff, and just like that's what he passionate about. Like the music is his first love, but I think fashion is his real love and shit. That's what he really passionate about. Like you can see, if people don't even pay attention, like Esco have the craziest fashion reference when it comes down to music. I think he should run with that because aesthetic rap is really his thing. Like when we're talking about placement of fashion labels in rap, nobody fucking with Esco when it comes down to that.
That's a fact.
And not just because he's my friend, I'm just keeping it above.
Yeah, keep it above.
Yeah, it's what I knew that back. Like, I don't know the most about fashion. Like I was telling him, like I was just like doing a deep dive on like learning about fashion and shit like that. But I knew from forever that Esco he gonna give
and
you.
He been doing this for like 10 years plus, just dropping shit like that he referenced in fashion or like an art piece that people not paying attention to. But when you go back to the music and you hear these lines, you got to take your time, digest it, like, or go online, Google.
Yeah,
shit.
you definitely got to Google it. Yeah, I have it for
Because I feel like people just skim through music nowadays, so it's like it don't hold no weight. But if you really like, if you into it and you listen to it, and there's kids out there that actually like fuck with Esco heavy because they know these references and they know what he talking about. So it's like it kind of hit hard because we all, like I keep saying, we all got things that we love.
Yeah.
If you love to play ball, you gonna know every basketball player.
That's a fact. Every fashion, it translates, man. Like,
and some niggas just be faking it, man. Like even when it comes down to sports, niggas just like, I love basketball, but they don't even keep up with it.
that's
Yeah,
facts.
remember that Baller's Life era? When Baller's Life started, everybody wanted to be a hooper.
You don't even keep up with it. Like for mine, I'm a soccer fan. Like it's not a player on my team that I don't know. I support Liverpool. I can call you the whole roster, the whole team, every player, what position to play. Because when you're passionate about it, you got to be into it. You just don't say, oh, I like this, and nah, that's not how it works.
Word.
Facts. So growing up, who were some like when you started really getting into fashion and like developing your own style, who were some of like what were some of your favorite brands or favorite designers that you really like were into?
Man, for me it was just off the strength. I just love Belgian designers. Like if you pay attention to my style, I just gravitate to one region. Cause I'm like my style is like streetwear and Edwardian time. Like if you know what Edwardian time is, like in Europe and stuff. So I like chunky boots and like ugly looking silhouette, but I still try to like incorporate into streetwear, like a pair of jeans and some like rakes and stuff. But I always like Anda Millimista, Drees, like brands like that. Margiela, I always gravitate to brands like that. Like my first real fashion piece was from Margiela and stuff. So like they wear the Gucci rain boots and like YSL Rolling Stones, but that was a trend at that time, like for the YSL Rolling Stone. If you remember the ballroom, it was a stage. If you was into fashion and you went to college, it was a stage that every ballroom event you had to come out and show out.
Yeah,
You
that's
had
that
to have
Buff
a
State.
piece on.
Buff State was definitely the fashion school. Like they one of the few. I think is that the only spot in Buffalo that got a fashion.
No, I think it's other schools that have fashion program, but
Maybe
Buff State is
Villa?
like
Villa, yeah.
Buff State is like the school that's known for over here.
Yeah, facts. Man. Have you so you've done like fashion shows and stuff there?
Yeah, I did one fashion show there. I don't like fashion shows.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Don't. They just take too much of your time, especially around here. Like, I'd rather just do a presentation of my own than doing a fashion show. It really don't help. It don't. Yeah, people might come see the show, but it don't really do nothing for me.
It's just kind of like being able to say you were in a fashion show or had your
maybe
work
because
there.
I did too much. If I'm going to curate the whole thing myself, I might as well just do my own show and my own presentation. I had to bring my own cakes so people can wear it, like steam iron, and it's just too much. Like, I'd rather do, and I do streetwear, so it's like, do I really need a fashion show?
Yeah.
To already put a full collection together, do I really need a fashion show? But this year, I'm stepping out of that. I'm putting together a full collection.
Okay,
A
word.
full fucking collection. So niggas can just... Because probably people looking like, damn, he think he's ill, but he's just doing hoodies, tees. Like, I'm fucking ill.
Nah.
I'm not even trying to be cocky, because sometimes people will be like, oh, like my friends always tell me, people like you because you don't talk. I'm done with that. It's time I'm speaking up now.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I've been doing this for too long, man.
Facts.
Like,
It was funny because like I've been seeing him for years, but we never spoke. It was like head nod, dap ups, like was mad cool, but it was like we never had a full conversation until maybe like a month ago.
yeah.
And it was just like I'm like, oh shit, like yeah, like you could pull up to the pod, like
Because even when he was telling me on the phone or like in person, whenever he was like, yeah, dude named mine want to come with that. I was like, yeah, who is that? He was like, he got like the good taste. I was like, oh hell yeah, I know that. Dude.
Yeah, I be in my own space, man. I be like, even with Fresh Dogs, a lot of people in Buffalo didn't know I owned Fresh Dog for a long time.
I didn't know.
I played behind the scenes, but like, you do stuff for so long, and it's just time. Like, I just put myself out there and just keep doing it.
Do that, yeah, and talk your shit, cause ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta tell your own story.
That's a
So do you
fact.
think you not like putting yourself more out there and being more vocal will really help the brand grow more as well?
In some space, because I'm not just gonna be out here just running around going crazy talking. But if I need to speak up, I'm gonna speak up.
Word.
If somebody, like, I never used to like doing interviews because it's like, what is it gonna do for me? But then I think I got the right information. Why not put it out there?
Yeah.
Because
people
most of
can
the
learn from
time,
you.
a lot of people don't put out the right information, even if they have it. So I know I have the right information. So it's time I can help that kid that just, because there's a lot of kids from Africa that live in Buffalo now. They could be insecure or scared to do things because when you from a third world country, you get looked down on. So I want to speak up for kids like that. They see me like, damn, he's from Africa? Because I was one of the cool Africans that niggas didn't mess with. But you know how many kids get picked on because it wasn't cool, because they didn't dress nice? For me, all my friends that I gravitate to was because of fashion. It just, like, I never made a friend a day in my life. Everybody came up to me.
That's different.
So it's like, you get to see that, and then I just want that kid, that West African kid, or what part of Africa you from, I just want you to feel like, yo, you can do this, you can be cool. Like, and it don't even matter if it's clothes. Just do what you like, and people will like you for that.
Facts.
If you're playing basketball, just be good at it.
Yeah, do your shit. Do it.
Yeah, just whatever you're doing, just be good. If you paint, just be good at it, and people will come up to you, and people will really, oh, yo, I fuck with your shit, and it just go from there.
Can you speak on the pressures of, like, I know in like African like households they be super big on, like, especially when you come to America, become a doctor, become an engineer,
education.
become and then it's like you come in here and you was like, nah, I'm gonna do fashion. Can you speak to that?
Man, if my dad probably seen this interview, he probably come talk to me ASAP. Like, I had a full ride to Niagara University for business, and I didn't take it. Like, a full ride, because I went on campus. I'm being honest. I went on campus. That shit was dead.
Yeah.
This is like, I graduated 08, so this is like OD. I went on campus, bro. I was like 2 black people there, and they both was on the basketball team. And this school was expensive. Like, no, I'm being dead serious.
I know
so
exactly
like,
what you're talking about.
I was like, no, I am not doing this to myself. Like, I came home, put the letter away, hide that shit. Like, some days I regret it, because it's like, and then some days I be like, damn, I'm happy I didn't go.
Hold on, you said you hid the letter, so he didn't know that you had
He never.
Oh,
did. That's why I said my dad might have to talk to me if he see this and shit. So,
Oh, shit.
so I never took that. I did what was best for me though,
That's what's up.
because I feel like it would have boxed me in, like, because if you, sometimes when you're in an environment, it can help you and it can break you. Because I didn't want to be that kid that was just stuck in a time lap and just like not doing what I love. So for me, being in a culture and around people that I actually like can resonate to and like even relate to was way better, way better.
True.
And I made a lot of good friends. Like I made a lot of good like move and like stuff. I might be in Buffalo history when it comes down to fashion. I might be in it.
For sure.
I might be in it, and it take me not to go to Niagara to do that. Because if I would have went to Niagara, I would probably lost all the sauce that I had, like all the fire that I had. I mean, like I always wanted to do this, and I did it right after high school.
Where
Yeah.
That it take a lot of like mental fortitude to be like,
facts.
like I'm not doing that. Like I'm gonna do my own plan. So many people get caught up in the I'm gonna just do this because my parents think I should, or I don't really like it. But like I think even Virgil like he went to school to become an engineer. Like, right? Like
And for African kids, they do it just to impress their parents, and it's not bad because when you get older, you get to see what your parents are saying. They're just trying to make you be good. They're just trying to make you go
Safe.
out in society and stand out. There's nothing wrong with it. So, but then at the same time, you always got to do what you love. So your parents already lived their life. Like, so why not live yours?
real shit.
You just got to, while you're doing that, you still got to be disciplined. You still have to carry yourself with respect and just make sure at the end of the day, you can still make them feel proud.
Or that's one thing. That's one thing I could say. Like just from interviews I've watched with people just talking, it's just like it don't matter what you do, as long as you do that shit all out, full like
gotta bet
research
on yourself.
Research everything, flip every stone. Like
Because my dad, he finally told me he was proud of me, but he said it in a funny way. He was like, "Yo, I never think this fashion shit would work for you." I'm like, "Why?" He said, "You don't talk to people." I'm like, what? No. He said because fashion, like that medium is just like you gotta be able to
network.
networking and just talking to everybody. I'm like, nah. He said, yes. I'm like,
He be like, I am talking.
If you really curate your stuff, they're gonna speak for you.
Yeah.
So for him to just even tell me like he didn't think it was gonna work, but now because he knows it's working, he wear my stuff to work, and everybody be like, oh, that's nice, and he be like, oh, my son made it. So I know he proud.
Yeah,
He
that's
might not
different.
say it.
Yeah,
Yeah, African
it's
parents, I be on the phone, I be like, I love you. Take that nigga a minion for me. Probably be like, what you talking about?
you gotta register that shit. Like, who you talking to me?
Yeah, so it get better, man, because the same things I can do for my dad now that just make me feel happy I can do it.
Word.
Because he did that for me. Just growing up, like when you get here, like everything that he had to go through, because my dad was into politics. Like we got political asylum to come here, and just to see his whole life change. Like my dad's like we had people driving us around to working at that to Sunday go Wegman. So it's like, damn, a whole life change. So
Yeah,
for
that's
people that
different.
don't know, it's like it's kind of difficult, but you get to adjust, because at the end of the day, if you stay back home, you're gonna get killed. So why not come somewhere and start a new life?
Word.
So,
Yeah. That's similar to how my man's story. You know JC. He came. His parents came here on that type shit too. And I always find that interesting, just because it's like there's so many. Like I had the chance to go to Africa like in 2019, and it's like there's so many people who don't get a chance to see it on this side. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like y'all could be like up here in Africa, but then you come here in American culture, then it's like, oh, a whole different type of
a whole different timing, because it's like you're in a different country. You got to do everything in that lane, like to just fit in. So it's like, man, it's a big change.
For sure.
It's a big change, especially if you like Africa have a two different feel. There's some people that's come to this country on like refugee status, like they came from nothing, so they're just happy to be here. And there's people that come here on political asylum, like for a guy like me and my family, that we had everything growing up. So it's like you come and you're in a small ass house and stuff, and you have to adjust because there's 6, 7 of y'all living together. Just it could be hard. If you're not strong, you can lose yourself. And for me, I survived 12 years of war. So it's like you live through that and you come to the States, and it's like, damn, it's a big change. But at the same time, you get to feel free because you can walk around and just do things that you want to do without people shooting at you or like looking for your last name just to kill you. So it's like, it's kind of different. It's kind of different.
Where it make you appreciate the shit you got. Like,
make you appreciate it all around the board.
That's one thing, like, I think is a gem that, like, a lot of people, like, hopefully they caught it. Just like how you were talking about how you know everything there is about fashion. Like, you gonna study the people, the history, all of that, and, like, really doing your shit on a daily. I feel like people forget, like, how much, like, that is important. Like, it's almost like the missing ingredient, like, of becoming successful. But it's just like, no, like, do your shit every fucking day. And it's nonstop, one way or another, like.
And it's consistency, man. You can learn, and if you're not consistent with it, it's not gonna work. Because at the end of the day, it's a medium that you can be the best in it, and nobody will never know about you. That don't mean you're not good. That don't mean your work is not ill.
Yeah.
But the few people that know about you, you're gonna live on forever. Because even if you die, you're gonna live on.
Facts.
Because it's gonna be a kid that come tell your story, like, yo, like, when I grew up, I like this piece. It's people that all over the world that we don't even know about. They're probably ill at doing something. Like, because most people only get the credit because they're the head of the house. Like, because if you're looking at a fashion designer, the creative director get all the credit. But what about the ateliers in the back? It's doing all the sewing and cutting. You don't never get to hear their name. But are they good at what they're doing? They are great. Like, nasty at what they're doing.
Yeah.
So do you have, in terms of, like, your team, do you have, like, tailors and people who might,
for
like,
right now, we don't have a tailor.
You?
We just go after factories and stuff. And some stuff we do locally, but I just have a good team that we curate everything from, like, what design we're trying to approach, or, like, the aesthetic that we're trying to approach, or the concept that we're trying to approach. We do it in-house. And it's not a big team. It's a small team, but we just, like, so tight. And we just try to, like, cover everything. So
everybody plays a couple roles.
Everybody plays roles. Like, I'm hard on everybody when it comes down to that, because it's like, I got my ways, I got the old ways. I want things to be set. Like, I don't want it to be too internet. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll be like, nah, bro, this, because my team is kind of young, and they'll be like, nah, bro, this would work. We could do real, we could do this. And I don't even want model on the page. Because the thing about model being on the page is not bad, but I don't want people to be like, oh, you want to use light skin model, you need to use dark skin model. I don't want that. So it's just like, I want a clean page with just product shot. When you come, if you like the clothes, you like the clothes, because at the end of the day, you're looking at the clothes. I don't want you to be focused on the story that we telling, and with the clothes, I want you to focus on the clothes, because sometimes we do get carried away with the concept of everything we trying to, like, or the rollout, and then the clothes get lost in that. And when I'm trying to sell you clothes.
Well, I know you said you starting your collection. Can you describe the difference between, like, a house and, like, somebody who just has, like, a label or a collection?
Yeah, for a house, it's like a big fashion house like Celine, or like that have heritage that lasts over 20, 30 plus years. And for a streetwear label like Good Taste, we work with what we have. We get blanks and we print on them. We go to a factory, get some sweatsuit made. So it's like, that's the difference. We don't have an atelier or a full staff that we could curate a whole collection. But now that fashion is changing, you don't have to have a big budget to go to New York City and fashion district and talk to somebody like, yo, I want to do a collection. I have this idea to make this pants. Now people are helping. You don't even have to have a budget. You could just be like, oh, I want to do 20 pins, and that's what I got. And that's what. So it's changing. You don't need to be a house to have an impact no more.
That's higher. Would you say, like, houses are, like, more, like, self-sufficient? They do their own printing.
They got they got a factory that's attached to them. Like, remember when Kanye always used to complain, like, oh, if I have Zara factory, I can do whatever I want to do. People didn't get it, because she getting overcharged for doing clothes because she don't have the factory.
This is when everybody was saying that he was crazy when he was going on the rant.
Yeah,
so it's like,
yelling that sway.
all these big houses have factory that they attached to that they pay nothing, next to nothing. They still pay money, but they don't pay that much because they got a connection with them.
Yeah, because they
have a contract with them.
And now look what happened once he got those resources.
Hell yeah.
Everything changed. He got the
Yeah.
Adidas factory to his reach. He got Gap now.
Yeah.
Then he just something with Balenciaga. He just
Yes.
became
Yeah. Easy
I
Gap.
think they're doing.
They doing a
a
collection.
collab or some shit like
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
Well, the reason why like I wanted you to like kind of like specify through the names is because like in my head I'm thinking I'm like African culture, we see how prevalent it is in high fashion and let's keep it a buck. We push the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the different, like they use words like house and label, and they kind of like almost like, no, our house is this versus if you got your own printing and you got your own shit. Technically, your shit is a house too.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It depends on how you want to treat it, but it's just a house have more power than anything because it could be attached to a group that bought a house and they put all this money into it,
Family, yeah.
investment into it, and it's like for a label you have to chase investors because they probably don't even believe in your work. For example, people like a guy like Esco. People that don't know, they're probably seeing Cafe now and they're thinking like, dang, he just got lucky. Luck where? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
10 plus years in the basement. I'm seeing that nigga in his mom's basement printing, tie-dyeing shit. Like,
Every day.
taking his last penny just to go make clothes so we can make some money and shit. Like, it's just like, people don't see that. Then they just see the finished product when shit get lit.
Mm-hmm.
But niggas done put in mad work. And sometimes it's kind of like, I be feeling some type of way when it comes down to Buffalo. I be like, damn, the niggas gonna give us our flowers or some shit. Niggas gonna respect shit or not. You don't have to see my shit all over Buffalo, but I do some ill shit. And most of these niggas that you look up to me. I'm not even trying to be funny.
No, that's real shit.
And that's on just some real shit. And I respect them too. Not because in the front saying, oh, they look up to me, I don't respect them. Because I sit down with them and talk. And we talk on some like respect level shit. Like, yo, I love your shit. I like what you're doing. And they give me game and I give them game. But that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
But Buffalo is such a small city mindset. Niggas think they can't come together and do great shit together.
Yeah, it's a small city and then it's very cliquish within that. So then it's like when one person breaks out and they popping in another city or popping over here or there, the city don't even really know about it because they so busy in their little circles. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like, yeah, that shit is fire, bro.
Yeah, because even when, like with the jackets, when I seen the Good Taste jacket, the varsity jackets, I'm like, is that some Buffalo shit? Because it's just all ripped just off that piece. The quality of it looks like something that was done, as you say, like in a house.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
We
for
took
sure.
our time with that, man. It's like, man, with Good Taste originally supposed to start with me and Esco.
Word.
Yeah, so we had this. Me and Esco used to fake blog and shit. We would just put out content with nobody knowing it was us and stuff. We just like, but we putting out like my jello behind me. It's like that pieces that people didn't even know. Now it's like prevalence. Like everybody, that's what everybody wear online to be cool. You gotta wear an icon piece and stuff. And we were just doing that online just to like play around with things. And then we stopped. But then we came to a understanding. Yo, let's do a clothing brand that's separate from both our brands and stuff. But what we gonna name it? So I was just chilling and one day and I came up with a name, Good Taste. I made a page for it and I let him know and shit. But while we was in that process of doing it, he wanted us to wait for a little bit. And for me, I was antsy, so I was like, yo, I'm on it. Which he's still a part of the brand. He's still, like, we still share ideas and stuff. But I brought a team around that, man. I fucking love these niggas because they push me hard. I got Pope, I got Timmy, like, crazy team. Like, the nigga Pope, I want to, like, hit him up because just talking to him, like, you can tell people, all right, when it comes down to streetwear, right? You might not like the person or anything, but when you have a conversation with them, like, for me, I know a streetwear head. Like, when I talk to Pope, he was talking about brands that I knew about, that people around here don't know about, like Original Fake. And I was like, you know about Original Fake. Automatically, I already put you. So I just went to the store every day. He worked at my cousin vintage and just chop it up with him and just pick his brain. I was like, all right, this kid, I'm going to have him work with me and shit because I like what he talking about. Right. And then one of the people I respect in Buffalo when it comes down to fashion is Cozy Dan. Like, Cozy. Like, Dan, it's like, he would never switch his style for nobody. It don't matter what you do, what's out. I love that. When you can just be stationary and don't let nothing shake you on what you're doing because that's your style.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
it's people like that. I like. That's why when I put my shit out, I make sure they ain't get a piece first because it's the way he gonna present it, the way he's gonna wear it. It could be ignorant, it could be stupid, but I love it. I just love seeing that come out the way he put it out. So I like it.
Yeah, he bring a different life to the piece just from his own style, his aura, like we talked about before.
His aesthetic. It's like Dan always gonna be in sweatpants and a hoodie. If he wearing some jeans, it's gonna be some plain hard jeans. He don't care because at the end of the day, he really a part of this culture. He been doing it for so long. He been collecting sneakers for so long. It's like you get to just find yourself and you just know like this my niche.
Yeah.
And that's what he find. Like it don't matter how many McQueen come out, they're not gonna copy it. Like he might buy some designer slides to wear because that's his aesthetic. It's cozy. But he not buying no designer shoes. He don't give a fuck about that shit. It don't matter how fire that shit is. And sometimes you gotta learn how to do that. You gotta train your mind.
Yeah, facts.
Like I don't care what everybody else doing, I'm gonna do me.
Yeah.
And that's why I respect him. People probably be like, oh, you know how it is to put sweatpants and a hoodie and some sneakers together so you can look fire? It's tough. I'm dead serious. Like people don't know that. They be like, oh, no, it takes some type of like finesse or aura in your body to make it look good. Cause it's just sweats and hoodie, man. Some plain aesthetic piece, like contemporary piece that you just put together and you still make it look tough.
Word.
It's tough. And Essco, my guy too, like, man, Essco been doing this shit so long. I don't even need to speak on Essco. You know, Tristan. It's mad names, man. It's mad names I can name in Buffalo that just
Tristan
push.
on
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, Trish was just here for our last joint with Jay Retro. He put
yeah,
up
they're
with
just
him.
pushing the culture forward. Niggas just doing what they got to do because, and there's a lot of kids that I don't even know that just on their shit now because they're younger than us. But there's a name that I be around. That's why I'm saying it. But niggas get busy. Buffalo's not the old Buffalo no more.
That's a fact.
Like, it's
That's a
just like,
super fact.
And then with Instagram, everybody's onto fashion. So it's like everybody's like doing what they got to do to just present yourself in a better light because it make you feel good. Make you feel good. I always tell people like if
That's
you
what's
wake
most
up,
important.
if you wake up in the morning, man, just put something on. It don't matter if it's old or not. Just put it together right. Use the Land Rover, man. Don't be out here looking crazy. Iron your clothes. It would just give you a better feel, man. Somebody would stop you and talk to you for something you're wearing on. Like, yo, what's that? And it could just spark a whole conversation that can change your day. Because if you know how to just communicate, you can take it from fashion to anything else.
Word.
Facts.
This what's the name? Dan was you at the were you at the K Subi
Yeah. I was out there.
Is Dan the one who messed up his car? The Jeep?
No, Dan.
Oh,
Posey.
He went to Tech. Oh, Dan went to Tech. Okay, yeah. Okay,
he went to Tech.
Yep.
He went
Okay,
to
yep.
Tech.
I remember Dan.
He went to Tech.
Shout out to them tech boys, man.
Hell
He
yeah.
went to Tech.
How was it working with the K Subi launch with True and them?
I didn't do nothing. I just pull up. I
you
just show them
pulled up?
love.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my niggas, man. I just pull up that day just to show them love. But I went to the city for the premiere of that shit. That shit was ill just to see them like work on stuff and bring it to life. It's just ill to see your friends doing stuff.
Where
And
I
it's
heard
a big collab. It's not like a small collab.
Yeah,
it's
hell
a big
yeah.
collab.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people
It's a
saying
legendary
that
moment.
he had the best spot like in New York Fashion Week. Like
No,
I
that
seen
shit was
multiple things.
that shit was packed. Everybody came to the shit.
Yeah,
Everybody came. That was good for Buffalo.
hell yeah.
Both niggas, I think Haji grew up in the city, but he lived here in Buffalo for So it's like, it was just good for Buffalo, period.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, this shit is amazing, bro. I love seeing that shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, like, what type of music was you into growing up?
Music?
Yeah.
Hip hop.
Gotta talk about music.
Hip hop, a lot of hip hop and like African music, like Fela, a lot of hip hop though.
Like, what artists?
You said Fela?
Yeah, Fela Kuti.
Fela Kuti.
Like Nas was one of my favorite, but my favorite is Ye.
Yeah.
You already know, like,
What's his best album?
man, I think it's My Beautiful Black Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I don't like to
That's
say it
a
out loud
masterpiece.
because I'd be like, damn, is it because he just put the album together too good? Like, it's
He spent.
It's everything that
he spent
came with it.
mad
Like you
bread
said,
on that shit.
you curated it. You got the
Yeah.
movie that went with it.
I watch that movie sometimes. At the
yeah,
crib
that was
just
a
when
that
I
was a
ain't
good album.
catch a
That
vibe.
was one of his best albums, man. It was a good album. I love the album. I play it all the time.
I think that's his best. My personal favorite is Graduation, though.
Graduation is good, but it's not fucking with that album. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not.
Beautiful Dark Fantasy is the best.
Yeah,
That's you could arguably say like that's one of the best hip hop albums of all time.
it is. It is.
It's argu- yeah.
And then
10.
growing up, I listened to a lot of reggae too.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of reggae in my household.
That's what's up.
A lot of reggae. Because if you grew up in a third world country, everybody listens to reggae. It's just a thing. Like I noticed that too. Like Hawaii, like they listen to a lot of reggae.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, why? They in America, so.
That coastal culture.
Yeah, but reggae is like everywhere else is popular.
Yeah.
Like when I'm talking about real reggae, not like dancehall, like Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, like real reggae.
Yeah.
Like when they're talking about shit, like a freedom fighter type stuff.
Facts. When I was in Cape Town, they thought I was a Rasta.
Rasta, yeah.
Yeah. As soon as they see the locks, they like, oh, Rasta, man. I'm like, American. American, brother. Oh, yeah. But, hair talk. How long you been growing your locks?
10 years now, going into 11.
Okay.
He said hair talk.
Yeah.
I've been having my shit for a minute.
He's one of the few people who I know who probably been growing their hair longer than me. Like in the Buffalo scene type shit.
Did you say you gonna cut yours?
Yeah,
said you was thinking about it.
They on the way out. I'm gonna grow them again though.
You gonna cut them?
I'm gonna cut them and then grow them back.
Like short or all the way?
Short.
Yeah. If you going them short, that cool. But
Nah, before he said all the way though.
I was thinking about just really just going
to
the head.
You put in too much work. You gotta keep it for a little bit.
We gonna see, man. We gonna see. I ain't fully decided yet.
Yeah.
We ain't fully decided yet.
Sometimes I do think about it. Like I'm not gonna lie, I think about cutting my hair. You have those moods and stuff. Probably stuff not going right in your life, and you just want to change. I have those moods, but I stuck with it.
Word.
I think it's a part of my identity now too, so that's why I'm sticking.
Yeah, that's why I'm having such a hard time doing it. Because
that's why I
sticking
said
with
you
it.
should, because it's definitely
Yeah,
doing that
like-
So I'm
yours
sticking
now.
with it. I'm had so many times. I remember at one point in my life, I was gambling crazy, and shit was just not panning out for me the way I wanted to. And I thought about calling my hair. I'm like, maybe if I cut my hair, I would change my lifestyle and everything. But I just stuck with it.
Word. So what's some big things for 2022? I know you said you got a collection coming out.
Man, 2022 is just work, a lot of work when it comes down from like working with Essco, Good Taste, Fresh Dog. And I'm just ready to work with people. Like for the first time, just want to curate things like in the way that we want to see things move in Buffalo. So me and Essco just been talking, and when it comes down to Essco music too, we working on a lot of stuff that coming out this year. And it's just nonstop pop-up. We're going to do a lot of pop-up because we got a lot of shit to drop, a lot of stuff to showcase. Yeah.
That's gonna be fire, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, before we close out, you look into like the NFTs. You heard about like fashion NFTs? And
Man, we've been trying to drop an NFT forever, bro. We were gonna drop a hoodie with an NFT.
Talk to me.
Yeah, but
Talk
it's
to
just
me.
like, man, I'm gonna have to talk to you if that's what you on. Like, I'm gonna have to talk to you. But
holla at me, bro.
Pope been out there just researching, because we like to know about things in detail before we fully like dive into
Yeah,
it.
that's how I am too.
We just doing the research, and we got all these extra things that we had to buy, like wallets and all this stuff. But
Yeah.
we ready trying to drop a hoodie with an NFT. Like, if you cop the hoodie, you get the NFT.
Sounds like that's the new wave that's gonna be coming out like the end of this year, like next year. That's
See
gonna
what
be the
Nike
thing.
doing, man.
Yeah, Nike just bought this crazy. I'll show you off. I'll show you once we finish this. What's where can people find your clothes and your social medias and stuff?
You can find the clothes online, like www.goodtastegiftshop.com and Good Taste Gift Shop on the IG, and that's that.
Word. Shit.
Appreciate you pulling up, bro.
For sure.
Appreciate you guys. It's a nice talking to you.
So.
Can't say too much, man. I like what y'all niggas is doing out here, and we just trying to push Buffalo forward, man.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Every little
Common
bit
goal.
of like the right information comes.
Same.
Hell yeah. No label to pop. We out.
Peace.
We out.
She watching me.